A visually stunning montage of natural scenes, mountains, oceans, sunrise, interspersed with images of ancient Roman busts and modern individuals practicing mindfulness. Are you tired of being tossed around by the waves of life? Do you long for a sense of unwavering inner peace, a rock-solid resilience that can withstand any storm? Imagine a life where external chaos has little power over your internal state. This isn't just a pipe dream. It's a possibility rooted in a philosophy that's endured for millennia, Stoicism. Welcome to a complete guide to unlocking the transformative power of Stoicism, a journey toward a life of virtue, knowledge, and unshakable strength. We'll combine ancient wisdom with modern application, original insights with proven techniques, to help you become the master of your own destiny. In today's fast-paced, hyper-connected world, the pursuit of tranquility and purpose often feels like an elusive quest. We are bombarded with distractions, societal pressures, and an incessant barrage of information, leaving us feeling overwhelmed, anxious, and adrift. The siren song of consumerism whispers promises of happiness through material possessions, while social media platforms curate idealized realities that fuel feelings of inadequacy and comparison. In this relentless environment, finding a path to lasting inner peace and genuine fulfillment requires more than just fleeting self-help trends. It requires a profound shift in mindset, a return to timeless principles that have guided individuals towards wisdom and resilience for centuries. This is where Stoicism steps in. Stoicism, far from being a dusty relic of ancient history, is a practical and relevant philosophy that offers a powerful antidote to the anxieties of modern life. It provides a framework for understanding the world, managing our emotions, and living a virtuous and meaningful existence. Its core tenets, focusing on what we can control, accepting what we cannot, and cultivating inner strength, offer a potent roadmap for navigating the complexities of our contemporary world. This essay will delve into the depths of Stoic philosophy, exploring its fundamental principles, examining the lives and teachings of its most influential figures, and providing practical strategies for integrating its wisdom into our daily routines. We will explore how Stoicism can help us develop mental toughness, overcome adversity, build stronger relationships, and ultimately, live a more fulfilling and authentic life. The origins of Stoicism, a philosophy forged in fire. To understand the enduring power of Stoicism, it is essential to journey back to its roots in ancient Greece. The philosophy emerged in the bustling metropolis of Athens in the early 3rd century BC, a period of significant social and political upheaval. Zeno of Citium, a merchant who lost his fortune in a shipwreck, is credited as the founder of Stoicism. Having experienced firsthand the vagaries of fate and the fragility of material possessions, Zeno sought a philosophy that could provide him with inner stability and resilience in the face of life's inevitable challenges. Zeno found inspiration in the teachings of the Cynics, a group of philosophers known for their radical simplicity and rejection of social conventions. However, he ultimately developed his own distinct philosophical system, emphasizing reason, virtue, and living in accordance with nature. Zeno's teachings attracted a devoted following, and his school of philosophy, named Stoicism after the Stoipoikal, painted porch, in Athens where he taught, quickly gained prominence. The early Stoics, including Cleanthes and Chrysippus, further developed and refined Zeno's ideas, laying the foundation for the core principles that would define the philosophy for centuries to come. They emphasized the importance of logic, ethics, and physics, arguing that a deep understanding of these disciplines was essential for living a virtuous and fulfilling life. The Roman embrace, Stoicism's golden age. While Stoicism originated in Greece, it was in ancient Rome that the philosophy truly flourished, reaching its golden age during the Roman Empire. Roman intellectuals and political leaders, drawn to its emphasis on duty, virtue, and resilience, embraced Stoicism as a guide for navigating the complexities of public life. 3 Roman Stoics stand out as particularly influential figures: Seneca, Epictetus, and Marcus Aurelius. Their writings offer profound insights into the practical application of Stoic principles in everyday life. Seneca, a statesman, playwright, and advisor to Emperor Nero, Seneca was a complex and controversial figure. Despite his involvement in Roman politics, he remained deeply committed to Stoic philosophy. His letters, essays, and tragedies explore a wide range of ethical and moral issues, offering practical advice on how to live a virtuous life in a world of temptation and corruption. Seneca emphasized the importance of self-control, moderation, and facing adversity with courage. Epictetus, born a slave, Epictetus rose to become one of the most respected Stoic teachers of his time. His teachings, compiled by his student Arrian in the Enchiridion, Handbook, and Discourses, provide a clear and concise guide to Stoic principles. Epictetus emphasized the importance of focusing on what we can control, our thoughts, judgments, and actions, and accepting what we cannot, external events, the actions of others, and the vicissitudes of fate. Marcus Aurelius, Emperor of Rome and author of the Meditations, Marcus Aurelius is considered by many to be the embodiment of the Stoic ideal. His Meditations, a collection of personal reflections and philosophical insights, offer a rare glimpse into the mind of a wise and compassionate ruler grappling with the challenges of leadership and the complexities of human existence. Marcus Aurelius' writings emphasize the importance of duty, virtue, and living in accordance with reason and nature. Core Principles of Stoicism, a framework for a meaningful life. The enduring appeal of Stoicism lies in its practical and actionable principles. These core tenets provide a framework for understanding the world, managing our emotions, and living a virtuous and meaningful life. The dichotomy of control, this is arguably the most fundamental principle of Stoicism. It posits that some things are within our control, our thoughts, judgments, and actions, while others are not, external events, the actions of others, and the vicissitudes of fate. Stoics argue that we should focus our energy on what we can control and accept what we cannot. This principle is not about resignation or passivity, it's about directing our efforts wisely and effectively. Virtue as the sole good, Stoics believe that virtue, moral excellence, is the only true good in life. External factors like wealth, health, and reputation are considered indifferent, meaning they are neither inherently good nor bad. What matters is how we respond to these external circumstances. A virtuous person can find happiness and fulfillment even in the face of adversity, while a non-virtuous person can be miserable even in the midst of abundance. The four cardinal virtues in Stoicism are: wisdom, the ability to make sound judgments and discern what is true and good; courage, the strength to act virtuously, even in the face of fear or adversity; justice, treating others fairly and with respect; temperance, exercising moderation and self-control in all things. Living in accordance with nature, Stoics believed that the universe is governed by a rational and benevolent order, which they referred to as nature. Living in accordance with nature means understanding this order and aligning our actions with it. This involves accepting the natural course of events, fulfilling our duties, and contributing to the common good. Negative visualization, premeditatio malorum. This is a Stoic technique that involves contemplating potential misfortunes in order to diminish their emotional impact. By imagining the loss of loved ones, financial hardship, or physical ailments, we can become more appreciative of what we have and better prepared to face adversity when it inevitably arises. This isn't about wallowing in negativity, but rather proactively building mental resilience. The importance of reason. Stoicism places a high value on reason as the guiding force in our lives. By using logic and critical thinking, we can make sound judgments, control our emotions, and navigate the complexities of the world. Reason helps us to discern what is truly important and to avoid being swayed by irrational fears, desires, or prejudices. Modern applications, Stoicism in the 21st century. While Stoicism originated in ancient times, its principles remain remarkably relevant to the challenges we face today. In a world characterized by uncertainty, stress, and constant distraction, Stoicism offers a powerful framework for cultivating inner peace, resilience, and a meaningful life. Managing stress and anxiety. The Stoic emphasis on focusing on what we can control is particularly helpful in managing stress and anxiety. By recognizing that we cannot control external events, but we can control our reactions to them. We can avoid becoming overwhelmed by worry and frustration. Building resilience. The Stoic practice of negative visualization can help us build resilience by preparing us for potential misfortunes. By contemplating the loss of what we value, we can become more appreciative of what we have and better equipped to cope with adversity when it arises. Improving relationships. The Stoic virtues of justice and empathy can help us build stronger and more fulfilling relationships. By treating others fairly and with respect, we can foster trust and create a more harmonious environment. Finding purpose. The Stoic emphasis on virtue and living in accordance with nature can help us find purpose in our lives. By striving to be the best versions of ourselves and contributing to the common good, we can experience a sense of meaning and fulfillment that transcends material possessions or external validation. Ethical leadership. The principles of Stoicism, such as integrity, responsibility, and service to others, are highly applicable to leadership roles. Stoic leaders are guided by reason and ethical principles, making decisions that benefit the collective rather than personal gain. Presenter sitting in a calm, uncluttered space, looking directly at the camera. Presenter: okay, let's put some of this theory into practice. One of the most powerful Stoic exercises is the daily review. Take just 5 minutes at the end of your day. Find a quiet space, close your eyes, and replay your day in your mind. Ask yourself, where did I act virtuously? Where did I fall short? Did I react impulsively? Did I let external events dictate my mood? This isn't about beating yourself up, it's about learning and growing. Think about one small change you can make tomorrow to be more stoic in your actions. Demonstrates the exercise for a few seconds, eyes closed. This simple practice can be a game changer in cultivating self-awareness and aligning your actions with your values. Common misconceptions about Stoicism. Despite its growing popularity, Stoicism is often misunderstood. Here are some common misconceptions. Stoicism is about suppressing emotions. This is a common misconception. Stoicism is not about denying or suppressing emotions, it's about understanding them and controlling our reactions to them. Stoics recognize that emotions are a natural part of the human experience, but they believe that we should not be ruled by them. The goal is to cultivate emotional resilience, not emotional apathy. Stoicism is about being emotionless. Being emotionless implies a lack of feeling, while Stoicism advocates for understanding and managing emotions. It's about responding thoughtfully rather than reacting impulsively. Stoicism is about being passive. Stoicism is not about passivity or resignation. It's about taking action in accordance with virtue and reason, even in the face of adversity. Stoics believe that we have a duty to contribute to the common good and to strive for excellence in all that we do. Stoicism is about being selfish. Some people mistakenly believe that Stoicism promotes selfishness or indifference to the needs of others. However, the Stoic virtues of justice and empathy demonstrate that Stoicism is fundamentally concerned with the well-being of all. Stoics believe that we have a responsibility to treat others with kindness and respect and to contribute to the common good. Stoicism is a grim and joyless philosophy. This perception often arises from the Stoic emphasis on accepting hardship and focusing on virtue. However, Stoicism aims to eliminate the dependence of happiness on external factors, leading to a more stable and enduring joy. Criticisms of Stoicism. While Stoicism offers valuable insights and practical advice, it is not without its critics. Potential for emotional suppression. Critics argue that the Stoic emphasis on controlling emotions could lead to suppression, which can be detrimental to mental health. It is important to remember that Stoicism is not about denying or suppressing emotions, but about understanding and managing them in a healthy way. Overly individualistic. Some critics argue that Stoicism is too individualistic and neglects the importance of social connection and community. However, the Stoic virtues of justice and empathy demonstrate that Stoicism is fundamentally concerned with the well-being of all. Difficult to apply. Some people find it difficult to apply Stoic principles in their daily lives. The Stoic emphasis on virtue and reason can seem abstract and challenging to implement in a world of complex social and political issues. Potential for apathy. It can be mistaken as an endorsement of apathy, leading individuals to withdraw from emotional engagement. It's crucial to differentiate between acceptance and indifference, as Stoicism encourages active participation in improving the world while accepting what cannot be changed. Ignore systemic issues. Focusing solely on individual resilience can sometimes ignore larger systemic issues that contribute to suffering. It's essential to balance individual efforts with advocacy for social change. Combining Stoicism with other practices. Stoicism can be effectively combined with other practices to enhance its benefits and address some of its limitations. Mindfulness. Integrating mindfulness techniques can enhance self-awareness, enabling better emotional regulation and a deeper understanding of one's thoughts. Cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT shares many similarities with Stoicism, emphasizing the role of thoughts in shaping emotions and behaviors. Combining these approaches can provide a comprehensive framework for mental well-being. Positive psychology. Positive psychology focuses on cultivating positive emotions and strengths. Integrating this approach with Stoicism can lead to a more balanced and fulfilling life. Social activism. Pairing Stoic principles with social activism can provide a framework for addressing systemic issues while maintaining inner resilience. Mindful meditation. Regular meditation can enhance self-awareness, enabling individuals to better understand their emotional reactions and make more conscious choices. An interview with a modern-day philosopher or psychologist who specializes in Stoicism. Interviewer Dr. Smith, thank you for joining us. Many people struggle with the idea of accepting negative events. How can Stoicism help us reframe our thinking in these situations? Dr. Smith, well, Stoicism teaches us to distinguish between what's within our control and what's not. We can't always control what happens to us, but we can control our response. Think of it like this: an event is just an event. It's our judgment of that event that determines our emotional reaction. Stoicism encourages us to challenge those judgments, to ask ourselves, is this truly as bad as I think it is? What can I learn from this experience? Interviewer, that's very insightful. What's one small step someone can take today to become more stoic? Dr. Smith, start with gratitude. Each morning, before you even get out of bed, think of 3 things you're grateful for. This simple practice can shift your mindset and help you appreciate the good in your life, even when things are tough. Practical exercises for integrating Stoicism into daily life. Integrating Stoicism into your daily life requires consistent effort and a willingness to challenge your existing thought patterns. Here are some practical exercises that can help. The daily review. As demonstrated in the previous video segment as described earlier, take time each evening to reflect on your day, identifying areas where you acted virtuously and areas where you fell short. The view from above. Imagine yourself floating high above your current situation, observing it from a detached perspective. This can help you gain a more objective view of your problems and see them in a broader context. This technique distances you from intense emotions, fostering a rational response. Labeling your emotions. When you experience a strong emotion, take a moment to label it. Are you feeling angry? Anxious? Sad? Simply naming the emotion can help you gain a sense of control over it. Labeling emotions can also help in understanding the root causes and patterns of your emotional responses. Journaling. Keep a journal to record your thoughts, emotions, and experiences. This can help you identify patterns in your thinking and track your progress in applying Stoic principles. Reviewing your journal entries can provide valuable insights into your progress and areas needing more attention. Mindful breathing. Practice mindful breathing to calm your mind and reduce stress. Focus on your breath as it enters and leaves your body, and gently guide your attention back to your breath whenever your mind wanders. Consistent breathing exercises can enhance your ability to manage stress and maintain emotional balance. Morning meditation. Begin your day with a short meditation session to set a positive and intentional tone. This practice helps in fostering mindfulness and reduces reactivity throughout the day. Cold showers. Embrace discomfort by taking cold showers. This practice can help build mental resilience and discipline, enhancing your capacity to handle challenging situations. Practice voluntary discomfort. Purposely step outside your comfort zone by engaging in activities that challenge you physically or mentally. This builds resilience and adaptability. Acts of kindness. Engage in acts of kindness and generosity to cultivate empathy and compassion. These actions strengthen your connection to others and contribute to the common good. The road to resilience, a Stoic journey. Stoicism is not a quick fix, but rather a lifelong journey of self-improvement. It requires dedication, patience, and a willingness to challenge your existing beliefs and habits. However, the rewards are well worth the effort. By embracing the principles of Stoicism, you can cultivate inner peace, build resilience, and live a more meaningful and authentic life. As you embark on this journey, remember that progress is not always linear. You will have moments of clarity and insight, as well as moments of doubt and frustration. Be patient with yourself, and don't be afraid to seek guidance from others who have walked this path before. Remember that failures and setbacks are opportunities for growth and learning. Embrace them as chances to strengthen your resolve and deepen your understanding of Stoic principles. Above all, remember that the goal of Stoicism is not to achieve perfection, but to strive for virtue and live in accordance with reason and nature. By focusing on what you can control, accepting what you cannot, and cultivating inner strength, you can become the master of your own destiny and live a life of purpose, meaning, and unshakable strength. Continuously evaluate and refine your approach. Stoicism is not a rigid set of rules but a flexible framework that you can adapt to your individual needs and circumstances. Return to the montage of natural scenes, with a final shot of a person smiling serenely as the sun sets. Stoicism offers a powerful path to navigate the complexities of modern life with grace and resilience. It's not about becoming emotionless, but about mastering your emotions. It's not about avoiding challenges, but about embracing them as opportunities for growth. It's about living a life of purpose, meaning, and unshakable strength. Start your Stoic journey today. The path to inner peace and a more meaningful life is waiting. Thanks for watching. And now, consider how to live deliberately, seeking wisdom and virtue every step of the way. This video explored the core principles of Stoicism, its historical roots, and its relevance to modern life. We covered the history and origins of Stoicism, the lives and teachings of key Stoic figures like Seneca, Epictetus, and Marcus Aurelius, the core principles of Stoicism, including the dichotomy of control, virtue as the sole good, and living in accordance with nature. Practical exercises for integrating Stoicism into daily life. Common misconceptions and criticisms of Stoicism. The transformative potential of Stoicism for building resilience, managing stress, and finding purpose. Expansion of content. The provided framework is a starting point. Each section needs to be significantly expanded with more detailed explanations, examples, anecdotes, and real-world case studies. For instance, the section on modern applications could include numerous examples of how Stoicism is being used in business, sports, relationships, and mental health. Original analysis and insights. The essay needs to go beyond simply summarizing Stoic principles. It needs to offer original analysis, critical perspectives, and unique insights. This could involve exploring the connections between Stoicism and other philosophical traditions, examining the limitations of Stoicism in certain contexts, or proposing new interpretations of Stoic principles. Personal anecdotes and experiences. Include personal anecdotes and experiences to illustrate the practical application of Stoic principles. This will make the essay more engaging and relatable, and it will also demonstrate your own understanding of the philosophy. Research and citations. Support your claims with credible sources and citations. This will add weight to your arguments and demonstrate that you have done your research. Original video content. ensure that at least 40% of the video content is original. This could include interviews with experts, practical exercises demonstrated on camera, personal anecdotes and stories told directly to the camera, visually compelling animations or graphics that illustrate Stoic principles, original music and sound design, transformative use. Your use of any copyrighted material must be transformative. This means that you need to add something new and original to the material, such as commentary, analysis, or criticism. Avoid simply re-uploading or summarizing existing content. Attribution. Properly attribute any copyrighted material that you use. Fair use disclaimer. Include a fair use disclaimer in your video description. Example of expanded content. The dichotomy of control, a deeper dive. The dichotomy of control isn't a passive acceptance of helplessness. It's a radical call to focus your energy where it truly matters, within yourself. Imagine a professional athlete preparing for a championship. They cannot control the weather, the referee's calls, or the performance of their opponents. What can they control? Their training regimen, their diet, their mental preparation, their effort, and their attitude. This distinction is crucial for building resilience. If the athlete focuses solely on winning, an outcome they don't fully control, they're setting themselves up for disappointment and potential emotional collapse. However, if they focus on perfecting their skills, giving their best effort, and maintaining a positive attitude, they can find satisfaction and fulfillment regardless of the outcome. Furthermore, it is important to recognize that many things fall into a gray area between what we can and cannot control. We may not be able to force someone to love us, but we can control our own behavior and strive to be a loving and supportive partner. We may not be able to guarantee a promotion at work, but we can control our work ethic, our skills development, and our relationships with colleagues. To truly master the dichotomy of control, requires an ongoing process of self-reflection and discernment. It's about asking yourself, is this something I can directly influence, or is it beyond my reach? If it's beyond my reach, how can I best respond to it with virtue and equanimity? Soft lighting, calming visuals of nature, gentle music in the background. The presenter guides the viewer through a short Stoic meditation. Presenter find a comfortable position, either sitting or lying down. Close your eyes gently. Take a deep breath in, and slowly exhale. Let your body relax, releasing any tension you may be holding. Now, bring your attention to your breath. Notice the rise and fall of your chest or abdomen. With each inhale, imagine you're drawing in peace and tranquility. With each exhale, release any stress, worry, or anxiety. Now, bring to mind a challenging situation you're currently facing. It could be a problem at work, a difficult relationship, or a personal struggle. Observe your thoughts and feelings about this situation without judgment. Simply acknowledge them as they arise. Now, ask yourself, what aspects of this situation are within my control? Can I control the actions of others? Can I control the outcome? Focus your attention on what you can control, your thoughts, your actions, your attitude. How can you respond to this situation with virtue, with courage, with wisdom? Now, bring to mind all the things you're grateful for in your life. Your health, your loved ones, your opportunities. Focus on the blessings you have, and let gratitude fill your heart. Finally, take a deep breath in, and slowly exhale. Open your eyes gently, and carry this sense of peace and clarity with you throughout your day. Stoicism and the pursuit of happiness, beyond fleeting pleasures. One of the most persistent questions in philosophy is, what is the key to happiness? Many modern answers revolve around external achievements, material wealth, or fleeting sensory pleasures. Stoicism offers a radically different perspective. It asserts that true happiness, or eudaimonia, is not found in external things, but in cultivating virtue and living in accordance with reason and nature. This might sound counterintuitive in a world that equates happiness with consumerism and social media validation. But the Stoics argued that these external sources of happiness are inherently unreliable and ultimately unsatisfying. Wealth can be lost, fame can fade, and pleasure is always fleeting. Instead, the Stoics proposed that lasting happiness is found in cultivating inner qualities, wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. These virtues are within our control and provide a solid foundation for a fulfilling life, regardless of external circumstances. Wisdom and happiness. Wisdom allows us to understand the world clearly, to make sound judgments, and to avoid being swayed by irrational fears and desires. A wise person can appreciate the beauty and goodness in life, even in the midst of adversity. They understand the impermanence of things and are not overly attached to material possessions or external validation. Courage and happiness. Courage enables us to act virtuously, even in the face of fear or adversity. A courageous person is not afraid to stand up for what is right, to pursue their goals despite obstacles, and to face challenges with resilience. Justice and happiness. Justice involves treating others fairly and with respect. A just person is concerned with the well-being of all and strives to create a more harmonious and equitable society. They are not motivated by self-interest, but by a genuine desire to do what is right. Temperance and happiness. Temperance involves exercising moderation and self-control in all things. A temperate person is not swayed by excessive desires or impulses. They are able to enjoy life's pleasures without becoming addicted or dependent on them. To cultivate these virtues, the Stoics recommended a variety of practices, including self-reflection, journaling, and mindful living. By consistently striving to be the best versions of ourselves, we can create a life of purpose, meaning, and lasting happiness. This ongoing cultivation of virtue can be viewed as a journey towards becoming the best version of ourselves. Each act of kindness, each moment of self-control, and each instance of reasoned judgment strengthens our character and brings us closer to achieving genuine happiness. Stoicism and the problem of evil, finding meaning in suffering. The problem of evil, the existence of suffering in a world supposedly governed by a benevolent force, has long been a challenge for philosophers and theologians. Stoicism offers a unique perspective on this problem, arguing that suffering is an inevitable part of life and that it can even be an opportunity for growth. The Stoics believed that the universe is governed by a rational and benevolent order, which they referred to as nature. This order includes both good and bad events, pleasure and pain. They argued that it is irrational to expect life to be free from suffering, as this would violate the natural order. However, the Stoics also believed that we have the power to control our responses to suffering. We cannot control the events that happen to us, but we can control our thoughts, judgments, and actions. By choosing to respond to suffering with virtue, courage, and wisdom, we can find meaning and even growth in the midst of adversity. This is not to say that the Stoics advocated for seeking out suffering or denying its reality. Rather, they believed that suffering can be an opportunity to test and strengthen our character. By facing challenges with resilience and equanimity, we can become better versions of ourselves. The Stoic perspective on suffering emphasizes the importance of finding meaning and purpose in the midst of adversity. It teaches us to see challenges not as insurmountable obstacles but as opportunities to learn, grow, and strengthen our character. Stoicism and social justice, a call to action. While Stoicism is often associated with individual self-improvement, it also has important implications for social justice. The Stoic virtues of justice and empathy compel us to treat others fairly and with respect, and to strive to create a more equitable and harmonious society. A Stoic approach to social justice begins with self-reflection. We must first examine our own biases and prejudices and strive to treat all people with fairness and compassion. This involves recognizing our shared humanity and understanding that everyone deserves to be treated with dignity and respect, regardless of their background or circumstances. However, a Stoic approach to social justice also requires action. We must be willing to stand up for what is right, to challenge injustice, and to advocate for policies that promote equality and opportunity. This might involve speaking out against discrimination, supporting social justice organizations, or participating in peaceful protests. It's crucial to note that pursuing social justice is not always easy, and it often involves facing opposition and criticism. However, the Stoic virtues of courage and perseverance can help us to stay committed to our values, even when faced with adversity. By combining a commitment to individual self-improvement with a passion for social justice, we can create a world that is more just, equitable, and compassionate for all. Case study: Applying Stoicism in a high-pressure job. A short documentary-style segment featuring a professional, perhaps a doctor, lawyer, or entrepreneur, who uses Stoicism to manage stress and make ethical decisions. Professional: as a profession, I face intense pressure every day. Describe specific stressful scenarios. Early on, I found myself constantly reacting emotionally, overwhelmed, anxious, making impulsive decisions. Voiceover: this professional discovered Stoicism and began applying its principles to their work life. Professional: I started with the dichotomy of control. I realized I couldn't control the workload, the demands of clients, or even the outcomes of certain situations. But I could control how I prepared, how I prioritized, and how I reacted to setbacks. I also started practicing negative visualization. Before a big case, I'd think about what could go wrong, not to scare myself, but to prepare and to appreciate what I did have. Colleague: professional, is much calmer now. They make better decisions, and they're a better leader because of it. They don't let the stress get to them. Professional: Stoicism isn't a magic bullet, but it's given me a framework to navigate the pressure, to stay true to my values, and to find meaning in my work, even when things are tough. Stoicism and minimalism: finding freedom in less. There's a growing interest in minimalism, a lifestyle that emphasizes simplicity, intentionality, and freedom from material possessions. While minimalism is a relatively new trend, it shares striking similarities with Stoicism. Both philosophies offer a path to a more fulfilling life by focusing on what truly matters and letting go of what is unnecessary. Stoicism and minimalism both emphasize the importance of detachment from external things. Stoics believe that our happiness should not depend on material possessions or external validation. Similarly, minimalists strive to live with only what they need, freeing themselves from the burden of consumerism and the constant desire for more. Both philosophies also promote intentional living. Stoics believe that we should live in accordance with our values and strive to be the best versions of ourselves. Minimalists strive to live intentionally, making conscious choices about what they bring into their lives and avoiding impulsive purchases or unnecessary commitments. However, there are also some differences between Stoicism and minimalism. Stoicism is primarily concerned with inner qualities, virtue, reason, and resilience. Minimalism is primarily concerned with material possessions, simplifying our lives and freeing ourselves from clutter. While Stoicism can be practiced regardless of one's material possessions, minimalism can be seen as a practical way to embody Stoic principles. By simplifying our lives and detaching ourselves from material things, we can create more space for what truly matters: our relationships, our passions, and our personal growth. Stoicism provides the philosophical framework for making intentional choices, while minimalism provides the practical tools for implementing those choices in our daily lives. Stoicism and the wisdom of Eastern philosophies: a convergence of thought. While Stoicism originated in the West, its principles resonate with many Eastern philosophical traditions, such as Buddhism, Taoism, and Confucianism. These traditions, like Stoicism, emphasize the importance of inner peace, self-control, and living in accordance with nature. Buddhism, like Stoicism, emphasizes the importance of detachment from desire and attachment to the impermanent. Both philosophies teach that suffering arises from our craving for things that are beyond our control. Taoism, like Stoicism, emphasizes the importance of living in accordance with nature and accepting the natural flow of events. Both philosophies teach that true happiness comes from aligning ourselves with the universe. Confucianism, like Stoicism, emphasizes the importance of virtue, duty, and social harmony. Both philosophies teach that we have a responsibility to treat others fairly and with respect and to contribute to the common good. By exploring these connections, we can gain a deeper appreciation for the universality of Stoic principles and the enduring wisdom of Eastern traditions. This convergence of thought highlights the timelessness and relevance of Stoic philosophy in a globalized world. Stoicism for the next generation, empowering youth for a challenging world. In today's fast-paced and often overwhelming world, young people face unique challenges: social media pressures, academic anxieties, economic uncertainties, and a rapidly changing job market. Stoicism offers a powerful set of tools for empowering youth to navigate these challenges with resilience, purpose, and inner strength. By teaching young people to focus on what they can control, to accept what they cannot, and to cultivate virtue and reason, we can equip them with the skills they need to thrive in a complex and uncertain world. The principles of Stoicism can help young people develop a strong sense of self, resist peer pressure, make ethical decisions, and find meaning and purpose in their lives. Furthermore, Stoicism can help young people develop the emotional resilience they need to cope with stress, anxiety, and depression. By teaching them to challenge their negative thoughts, to practice gratitude, and to cultivate inner peace, we can empower them to overcome adversity and lead more fulfilling lives. Introducing Stoicism to young people can start with simple concepts and age-appropriate examples. Emphasizing practical exercises like journaling, mindfulness, and acts of kindness can help them internalize Stoic principles and develop the skills they need to thrive. Teen interview: How Stoicism helps me. An interview with a teenager who practices Stoicism. Interviewer: What got you interested in Stoicism? Teen: Honestly, it was social media. I was constantly comparing myself to others, feeling like I wasn't good enough. I stumbled across Stoicism online, and it really clicked. Interviewer: How has it helped you? Teen: I still get those feelings, but now I can recognize them. I know that those Instagram posts aren't the whole story. I focus on what I can control, my own effort, my own growth. It's made me a lot less anxious. Interviewer: What advice would you give to other teens who are struggling? Teen: Just start small. Pick one thing you can work on, maybe being kinder to yourself, or maybe trying to be more present in the moment. It takes time, but it's worth it. The future of Stoicism, a timeless philosophy for an uncertain world. As we look to the future, Stoicism seems more relevant than ever. In a world characterized by rapid change, technological disruption, and social and political upheaval, the need for inner peace, resilience, and a clear sense of purpose is only going to grow. Stoicism offers a timeless set of principles for navigating these challenges. By focusing on what we can control, accepting what we cannot, and cultivating virtue and reason, we can build a more resilient, meaningful, and fulfilling life, regardless of what the future holds. The challenge for the future is to make Stoicism more accessible and relevant to a wider audience. This means translating its principles into practical tools and strategies that can be easily integrated into daily life. It also means addressing the criticisms of Stoicism and finding ways to incorporate it with other philosophical traditions to create a more comprehensive and nuanced approach to personal and social well-being. Stoicism, ultimately, is not just a philosophy but a way of life. It's a call to action, a challenge to live with virtue, courage, and wisdom, and to create a world that is more just, equitable, and compassionate for all. Conclusion. Stoicism is not a quick fix. It is a long life commitment that demands commitment, patience, and a willingness to face your own life, the beautiful and ugly parts. Yet, the long-term gains are well worth it. By embracing the timeless knowledge of Stoicism, you will unlock a life of true meaning, and unwavering inner strength to take on any of the challenges and blessings the world throws your way. Thanks for joining us on this trip. Your way should be clear and lead you to a life that is full and meaningful, with a heart that beats in tune with Stoicism. Summary. This video explored the core principles of Stoicism, its historical roots, and its relevance to modern life. We covered the Stoic pursuit of happiness and its focus on virtue. The Stoic perspective on the problem of evil and finding meaning in suffering. The application of Stoicism to social justice and ethical action. The relationship between Stoicism and minimalism. The connections between Stoicism and Eastern philosophies. Stoicism for the next generation and empowering youth. The future of Stoicism and its enduring relevance in a changing world. Further expansion notes. Explore specific Stoic techniques in more detail, delve deeper into techniques like premeditatio malorum, the view from above, and journaling prompts. Address contemporary issues through a Stoic lens, analyze current events, e.g., climate change, political polarization, social inequality, from a Stoic perspective. Include diverse voices and perspectives, feature interviews or stories from people of different backgrounds and experiences who have found value in Stoicism. Discuss the role of Stoicism in popular culture, analyze how Stoic themes are reflected in movies, books, and television shows. Create interactive elements, include quizzes, polls, or challenges in your video to engage viewers and encourage them to apply Stoic principles in their own lives. Detailed character studies. Provide in-depth analyses of Stoic figures like Cato the Younger and how their actions embodied Stoic ideals. Comparisons with other schools of thought. Contrast Stoicism with other philosophical schools such as Epicureanism and Existentialism, highlighting their similarities and differences. The Stoic view of death and mortality. Discuss how Stoicism prepares individuals to face death with acceptance and equanimity. By following these guidelines and continuing to expand on the existing framework, you can create a comprehensive and engaging essay that meets the required word count and adheres to YouTube's fair use policy. Always remember to prioritize original content, insightful analysis, and transformative use of any external material.